Here locally now, there is some controversy at this hour over the police tactics that are being used here every night during some of the protests and how they are countering the violent protesters in downtown, particularly last night when we know that there were thousands of peaceful protesters who were gathering at Pioneer Courthouse Square.
But then a smaller group gathered at the fencing surrounding the Justice Center and City Hall. Tensions grew. That's when police used tear gas to push back the crowd.
And that got a lot of people angry, including some of our city leaders. Lisa Balick is live in downtown tonight looking more into this. Lisa?
Yeah, I'm by the area where this all went down last night. I'm at Southwest 3rd and Salmon. Take a look over my shoulder here. That's the federal building, which again today they were boarding up the windows, putting up more fencing, expecting tremendous protests tonight. A lot of questions, though, over police response last night.
And that job is to make sure that lives are safe and public safety is protected. That's why we cannot tolerate violence.
But violence erupted downtown. The police chief says protesters started throwing fireworks, ball bearings, and bottles at officers who were on the other side of a fenced-off section of the Justice Center. Police used tear gas and sound grenades to push back protesters. The tear gas, a tactic that came under intense criticism today by some city leaders.
I am absolutely horrified by what I saw last night. And it is sadistic.
And we know that as we see more and more people showing up to protest, those people are putting their health at risk. And that risk is going to be exacerbated by tear gas and other chemical elements.
The police chief today defended their decisions along with the head of the police union.
You still have people in the crowd that are peacefully protesting, and some of the things that are being thrown from the back of the crowd can easily injure people who are in that crowd. So you have to have that crowd dispersed so that you can disperse the people who are hiding within the crowd, throwing devices, throwing things at people.
Officers were also spotted marking vehicles in the area with paint, and as protesters dragged fences and other materials into the street, a police SUV suddenly drove through as protesters dove out of the way.
Every use of force by Portland Police Bureau members is documented and investigated. If any actions are found to be out of policy, those actions will be addressed.
Civil rights groups say these tactics will just escalate violent protests against police brutality.
I think we have to ask ourselves, how do we get ourselves to this situation in which people are feeling so angry and frustrated?
Now, as for marking vehicles, we are told by the police chief that was intentional. They say that there were vehicles coming down, handing off weapons, other supplies to violent protesters. They wanted to be able to recognize these vehicles and stop them outside of this area. What's going to happen tonight? Well, they don't reveal their tactics, but clearly the mayor and the police chief today did not say that they won't use tear gas again. Live in downtown Portland, Lisa Balick, KOIN 6 News.
Lisa, thank you.